Hello everybody, this is Mark Hutten, and today I wanted to talk to you about what you can do if you need to explain Aspergers to your neurotypical children. If you have an Asperger's child, and then you also have a child or several children that do not have Asperger's, and they're a little bit confused about their Asperger's sibling, then here's some things that you can do to help them to understand. Explaining Asperger's or high-functioning autism isn't easy no matter who you're talking to. It's not something that can be described in a single sentence, and there are problems with explanations because you can't tell just by looking at someone whether or not they have Asperger's. Also, because the causes of Asperger's and high-functioning autism are yet to be clearly identified, it can sometimes be difficult convincing people that the condition actually exists. Having said that, you can try explaining to your children who do not have Asperger's that the Asperger's child basically has problems in three major areas of interest, and this is usually part of the criteria for diagnosing Asperger's. These three areas would be imagination, social understanding, and social communication. We'll look at each one of these individually, and this is what you can tell your neurotypical children in an effort to help them understand their Asperger's sibling. The first area is imagination. Now, this is the ability to think about things that aren't real. Kids with Asperger's tend not to be interested in games that involve pretending to be something else or to be someone else. For example, cops and robbers. Some children with Asperger's can be very interested in things that aren't interesting to other children, and also Asperger's kids can be very interested in activities that exclude social interaction. And they also may like collecting items that seem very dull or boring or unusual to others. Now let's look at social understanding. This means knowing what to do when you're with other people. The children with Asperger's have difficulty understanding social relationships, and they don't understand all the social rules involved in communication and interpersonal relationships. As we grow up, we learn how to behave appropriately in certain situations. For example, we learn not to say things to people like, "you look fat" or "you look old," unless we're deliberately trying to be hurtful. But a child with Asperger's may say something like this, even though he doesn't mean to be rude or hurtful. Now, sometimes it seems that he may say certain things and that he is trying to be hurtful, but he says these things because he simply doesn't understand the hidden social rules and the mechanics of friendship. Social communication. This means knowing what to say to other people and understanding the meaning of what they're saying to you. Just imagine how many times a day the basics of social communication come into your child's life. At the grocery store, at home, at school, etc. But children with Asperger's can have problems when talking to other people because they take things so literally. For example, if you say to your Asperger's child, "I watched this movie last night and it was so funny I laughed my head off," he may become alarmed, believing that your head really did come off your body. So it can be very hard for children with Asperger's to understand when someone is joking around. This is often why the child may become angry or upset by something that you said that wasn't meant to be hurtful. Now, there will definitely be other things that come up that you will need to explain with respect to educating your neurotypical children about Asperger's, but this would be a good starting point for you. Imagination, social understanding, and social communication.